Right, this is most likely a Dark Magician player. Typically you will have them having this as their character. I'm not going to assume too much into it, just because, you know, players do whatever they like. But it's just kind of how I picture they're going to be playing. No, this is a red rose dragon, so that's a black rose dragon deck. Right, so with Destrudo, they're going to, is that black rose dragon, they're going to level 7. No, they're going to Halki Fibrax. See, that's the problem. I always get set with, because I've been around with the game since it began. So I'm so used to just synchro summons rather than think, oh, they're going into a link play. Here we go, there's the Auroradon back. And there we go, we've got 4 tokens. And they've gone into their Olion. They're probably going to be sinking from here. They've gone into Denlong. From Denlong they get to search for the counter trap card. Yep, the 9 Pillars of Yangtze. Denlong also lets them send a worm type monster from the deck to the graveyard and then copy its level. So they sent the Ashuna, and so they're going to go into Baron de Fleur. Yeah, whenever it's going into a level 10 synchro monster, typically it's Baron de Fleur that they'll refer to. They've then special summoned their Jiaotu. They're banishing their Ashuna. And they're special summoning a Vishuda. I love the worm archetypes. I love the typing on them. It's just such a pain to deal with them. Oh, this is going to be a nuisance as well. This shuts down any monster's effects of anything that has basically been summoned from it. So whatever was used to make this, you can't use those attributes as effects. Fantastic. Right, so they didn't use any water, so I can still use water monsters. I am going to use this effect. Hopefully I can still do so. No, apparently not. There isn't anything else I can do. I have to end my turn. There is absolutely nothing I can do with that turn. I mean, I've got no way of doing anything. Okay, so my opponent has used the Basil Rose Shoot, which lets them summon into their Red Rose Dragon. They then summon into their Jet Synchron, which is a nuisance. And here we go, we've got the Chen Yang. Right, so I have drawn into Dust Tornado. That is not going to help me in any way, shape or form. I suppose I'll start off with the Buzzsaw Shark. I will then special summon into the Silent Angler. I will put it in defense position. I will use the effect of my Buzzsaw Shark, assuming I'm allowed to. Copying its level, taking that level. This is going to get... what am I going to go for? I could go for the Shark or I could go for this. I'll just go for the Lantern Shark. Now, I could go for a couple of things. I could go into this, which actually can negate effects and do some damage, but it's not going to help me. I could go into this, which I think I'm just going to. Right, so there we go. We've got the Stealth Kraken up. You're using Call by the Grave. Why? Okay, that's a really weird kind of effect. I don't know why you're going for that. I will go for your Baron de Fleur. Even though I know... There we go, so that's some damage to it. I don't know what else I can do. I mean, I can last the next turn. That's the one good thing. Because I can take out their token. And I suppose on the next turn I can actually wipe out their monster, and then that'll boost my monsters back to their original attack points. Yeah, I think that's the plan. I think they must have done something wrong, or they're just not familiar with how these cards work. Otherwise they would have tried to get rid of my Stealth Kraken. Hopefully next turn I can do something before they do something themselves. Right, so as soon as that happens, first thing I'm going to do, activate the Stealth Kraken's ability. I am going to target that Yang Xing. I'm targeting... Well, yeah, I'll target this first with the Dust Tornado. If I've got the right card, then this will be helpful. No, that wasn't the right card, but... Because I'm just going to have my effect negated there. Yeah, I've lost here. It was closer than I thought, but there was no way I was going to win that. Not with the cards I currently had. Okay, in this case, my opponent is running a Cyber Dragon and Cyber Dark Dragons in combination. I haven't started off too well. I got the Deep Sea Minstrel and I have the original Legendary Fisherman. Whereas my opponent seems to be just going off. They've already got 4 cards in their graveyard. They've sent the Cyber End Dragon to the graveyard. The Hertz's effect is triggering. So they get to search for a Cyber Dragon. The Chimera effect then drags Cyberdark Heel to the graveyard. They summon into the Cyberdark Chimera. They discard a Spell or Trap, so they've gotten rid of Super Poly for their Power Bond. Why would you Power Bond on your turn when it's the first turn? That seems really weird to me. I know you're trying to guarantee, you know, your setup, but that is so weird. Okay, so the Cyber Darkness Dragon. Yeah, I know what that does. It can basically stop itself from, you know... What? What did they do? Okay, so they've gone, yeah, they've gone into Cyberdark End Dragon. It's unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. So they've just tried to go into everything they can. And they've taken 2,000 points of damage. That's fine. Right, so I'm going to start off just by setting this. And I am going to set several cards face down. And I will end the turn there, I think. That's as much as I can do as of now. Right, so their effect. So it doesn't, yeah, okay, that's fine, it doesn't work. There's nothing I can do about that card. And there's the defeat for you. Alright, let's see where we are. I have a feeling we might have to change this deck since it's not complying. So we're probably going to be working on... I think I might go for Armed Dragons. Should I go for Armed Dragons? Only problem with this is I don't really have any additional cards. I just have the standard ones. I'm gonna have to somehow add something to it. Dust Tornadoes, a couple of those. I need to add some trap cards of some degree. So I've got 2 of those. I'll just make it 3 of those. I'll put in an evenly matched. probably a couple of Call of the Haunted, and that will be it. I'll also go with one Audio of the Traveller. I'll just save that. And yeah, I'm gonna try and see if we can do something with Chaz's deck. Shark's deck isn't working for me at the moment. So we'll change over to the Armed Dragons. It's good, I've got the evenly matched in this. But it's a very unusual, I have to say. I'm hoping my opponent sets a load of cards. It'll make it so easy for me to then, you know, actually manage against them. So they're going to the Parallel Exceed, so they special summon that. It ends up with half its attack and defense. They search for the Salamangreat cards. They've got the Buffalo's effect. By discarding it, they then get to, and itself and Spinny, they get to draw 2 cards. With the Gazelle's effect, they then special summon that. And the Parallel Exceed gets to summon another one of itself from the deck. Gazelle's effect will then trigger, sending a Salamangreat monster from the deck to the graveyard. Spinny's effect activates and it summons itself to the field. So they've got the Salamangreat Jaguar that's been summoned. They've got the Mirage Stalio. They are probably going into... Okay, so the Sunlight Wolf. And they use the Salamangreat Sanctuary. Then overlay it into itself. Unfortunately, they have this Salamangreat Roar, which is just going to ruin my day. And they'll summon it into their Linkaribo. This is a full-on board. Right, so they got into Baguska. See how many cards they already have. They've got 10 Right. Problem I have is if I go straight into what I want, yeah, this is going to be a nightmare. This is going to get negated. This is going to get absolutely 100% negated from using this. Ah, oh, forgot Linkaribo affects the trap cards, but it wouldn't have made a difference. Thing is, even if I'd gone into a monster, Baguska forces that monster into defense position. And unfortunately, the Axe Dragonaut, whilst it has 2,000 attack points, 1,200 defense, it's not going to last. Right, so the Gazelle has been summoned. We're going to send another monster from the deck to the grave. The Mirage Stelio uses its effect. And that is going to bring about a Salamangreat Falco. So next they bring out the Lady Debug. And they recover the Salamangreat Spinny. I'm basically lost at this point. There's more than 8,000 life points of damage on the board. There's 2,000 there, 2,300 there, 4,000, 6,000 in total, 7,500, 9,600 damage. They had that other monster, the Falco, that ended up being 10,800 points of damage in total. But it is what it is, you know. Right, I might need to consider re-engineering this deck as well at some point. Try again. Because I have made a decent armed dragon deck before. I don't know whether I used Flying Kamakuri. That might have been one of the cards I used in the deck. It was mostly to bulk up. I'm also reliant on having the armed Plow Dragon, like 3 of those, and I already have only 1 of those currently. Right, so... Right, this might not be so bad. No, this is awful actually, because I can't summon anything. Yeah, I'm gonna have to completely readjust this deck. It's got me so bricked I can't do anything. I can't actually do anything. Oh, there we go. Fine. Oh, that is a relief. That is a relief. There we go. Right. So I have my armed dragon. Thank goodness for that. This is a promotional card actually that came out. It was a V-Jump promo. And I am so lucky it did exactly what I needed it to come to my field. And I'll use this effect. So the point of this is I can either boost this monster's attack points by its level times 100, so that's a 400 boost, or I could use its ability, but that effect won't last at the moment, to recover another armed dragon monster. So in this case this becomes a 2300 attack monster. Let's go straight into battle phase, just a simple battle phase here. Attack over it. I can then from here use its effect. And I will summon. I'm actually going to go straight into the this one. Now you might be wondering why I would do that. Actually, there is a very specific reason. I'm going to trigger off its effect. I'm actually going to discard this. I'm going to level this up to all the way up to Armed Dragon level 7. Now, I could go with the Armed Pile Dragon, technically from your hand or dex. Yeah, you know what, I'm going to go into the Pile Dragon. I'm going to just set this card face down. And I will leave it there. I needed to do that, all of that, for one simple reason. This Armed Dragon level 10, I need it to survive. Only way I'm going to leave it to survive is if I did what I did. It can only summon itself by getting rid of monsters that equal exactly 10 you can't go over. I do already have the level 10 variation, so I'm in a decent position. Okay, so with their effects, they have gone into the... This is the Solid Soldier. Yeah, it's one of a combination of these newer style Omni heroes that enable multiple types of effects. So you got poly, so we got the polymerization. There's no point in me setting the audio of the Traveller because my opponent is most likely going to guess what I was running. Right, so what are you going to fuse into? You've got a few choices. You could go into Gaia. You could go into Absolute Zero. You could go into something completely different. Okay, Sunrise. Right, this is going to be a problem. And with Liquid Soldier's ability, it basically gets to draw 2 cards and discard 1. So the card they sent was Clayman. They're using the Miracle Fusion. You're going to go into Thunder Giant? No, you're not going into Thunder Giant. Isn't that typical? They use the Raigeki as well. I've well and truly lost this turn. Yeah, I'm going to have to use this effect, so I'm going to have to scrap this card. Right, with that effect, it destroys other cards. Luckily, because I was able to do what I did, I was able to protect my monster. I've got no choice in really what I need to do. I'm going to need to get rid of that sunrise first. That isn't bad. I can do quite a bit here. I'm going to send this card to the graveyard. I'm not going to use the Pile Dragon's effect. The only reason I'm not using the Pile Dragon is because it has an ability that forces it to be the only monster to attack. So that's probably not a great idea. This trap card, what does that do? You can banish this card, then target one Armed Dragon spell in your graveyard, add that to your hand. Okay. Yeah, I will be using this card. Next, I will use this effect. I am going to boost this one, the Armed Dragon level 10 white. I am then going to banish these two. To summon this in a tap position. Next, I'm going straight into the back phase. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of that sunrise. I'm not going to bother using the effect. Just want it out the field. Then it gets equipped. And finally, I go into the Blaze Man. That was a bit of a shocking win, actually. Was not expecting that to happen. That wasn't too bad. You know, most hero players I would have just instantly lost to. I was just aware that if I had targeted anything other than the sunrise, I would have lost instantly. As that would have then destroyed the monster I had on the field. So if given the right chance and opportunity, certain decks can perform quite well. It's just the Armed Dragons tend to brick quite heavily. This is an example of a more decent hand. So from this, I can send another wind monster from my hand to the graveyard. I can actually send the Armed Dragon Thunderbolt level 3, and when that's sent to the graveyard, I get to draw a new card. That is an example of what you want to happen. And then I can use the Pile Dragon's effect to actually send a level 10 to the graveyard. Right, so my opponent is Neos fusioning what exactly? Air Neos. No, Brave Neos. Okay, Brave Neos, it's fine. I know what they're doing. Is Brave Neos basically, okay, lets you continue to search for cards. Right. This is a little bit trickier than I thought, but does not mean I'm not going to do what I originally planned. So actually, by sending this card to the graveyard, I can still special summon it, and then use my Thunderbolt's effect to draw another card. Now from here, I am probably, you know what, I am probably best doing this. As painful as that, it might have been the best strategy for me. From there, I'm just going to attack into it. And then I'll just use the effect. I know I've taken the damage, and you know, it's not perfect, but you know, it was one way of getting rid of the monster. Only downside I've got is I technically should have played. I played that technically quite badly. I would have been better off just using the Pile Dragon's effect. But we'll wait and see whether I can come back from that. If you guys enjoy my content, I'd really appreciate if you can subscribe to the channel. It really helps. And if you enjoy the content as well, I'd love to see those in the comments down below. Alright, so my opponent's using another Neos fusion. They're probably going to go straight into another Brave Neos. Nope, they've gone into Rainbow Neos. You're shuffling one card of mine, but I suppose it's to guarantee your win. Yeah, I played that round very badly. Oh, this is a very strange side of the deck, isn't it? I have technically a card which can bring out an Armed Dragon. And another one that can do the same on the other side, but it's just... it's very delayed, it's very janky, and it's not my favourite way of bringing these cards out. Okay, my opponent is running a Karibo deck. If I'm going to get beaten by a Karibo deck, I'm not going to be too happy about it. Yeah, that's 100% a Karibo deck. You wouldn't have all of those if it wasn't. Oh, that's a powerful Link Karibo. If you think I'm scared of 1800 attack points, think again. Right. You've got to be kidding me. So I've drawn into no technical monsters. I have drawn into 2 spells. Right, I'm going to set these 2, just for my peace of mind, and I'm going to set my Dust Tornado. I will leave the Call of the Haunted, because frankly I just don't need the card yet, and I will see to using it at some point later, hopefully. Please, for the life of me, do not have Harpy's Feather Duster in your hand, as that will just ruin my day. Okay, so they have this card, Karibi. So Karibi and Link Karibo. 2,100 points of damage does not scare me in the slightest. I think what I'm going to end up having to do is go into 2 of the original Armed Dragon level 3s. Okay, so I took 2,100 points of damage. It's not so much that I'm concerned. Right, I'm gonna, before my opponent goes to the end phase, I'm gonna then actually just bring out these cards. Of course, I have to bring out that other one as well. You're kidding. Let's go into you, Armed Dragon level 5. And I will go into the second one. Why not? Now I'll hit the battle phase and go into these. Doesn't matter which one I go for, to be honest. I know it'll zero out my attack points, but, you know, I'll then attack using my other one. Okay, so that one will, I think, reduces my attack points by 1,500. No, it actually searches for the Astral Karibo. Now I won't be continuing that attack. Instead, I will attack using this one. And with its effect, then my monster goes to 0. Well, that's kind of annoying, isn't it? I have no choice but to at least use one of these cards. So in this case, should I go with the third or should I go with the Thunderbolt? I'm going to go with the Thunderbolt. Here's the thunder. I would love to see from the Armed Dragons like variation in which you have a Thunder Dragon for each level. So 1 all the way to 12. Because I think that would be amazing if you have. Oh, here we go. That sucks. Really? You're really going to play that game, aren't you? I know what you're doing. You're going to crash into that monster. Alright, so they've gone into their, what was it, Decode Talker. I think it's called Decode Talker Extended. Unfortunately, this has ridiculous levels of attack. Now my opponent has 3,800 attack points. Right, so it can attack twice, that's fine. I can't believe I'm being beaten by Karibo. But it looks to be the way. Being completely dominated by them. Alright, in terms of what I can do here, I can take this card out. I'm going to swap this card in. And I'm going to have to go to the battle phase. I'm just going to have to take out one of these stupid Karibos that are connected to this. Right, so with that monster there, what do you do? Target one face-up monster your opponent controls. It loses 1,500 attack. Okay. My opponent has their Astral Karibo, so they're going to probably special summon again. Alright, with this, I have no choice. I have to go to stop in my attack. I'll go to main phase 2. I'll set this card. And I will end it there. The problem I've got is they keep recovering their Link Karibos. If I could stop them from doing that, this card here would not be so powerful. The Decode Talker Extended. As it's gaining 500 from each of these Link Karibos linked to it. Oh, fantastic. You've got the Wing Karibo. Really? Really? I'm getting beaten down by Wing Karibo. Jane Yuki, what are you doing? Okay, so you're going into something else. Is this an access code talker? Yes, this is access code talker. Say goodbye to the rest of your life points, please. That is hilarious. That is ridiculous, you know. I'm getting wiped out by a Karibo deck. I'll give it to them, it's very imaginative, and the fact they've been able to do it shows one of two things. Either my deck is that bad, or I've just completely underestimated their deck. I think it's more likely that I've just made a bad Armed Dragon deck than anything else. Is I've just let them go off. Look, they've gone on to so many different cards. Yep, and my opponent is absolutely dominating me. I'm going to lose all my cards thanks to Access Code Talker's effect. Are they seriously just going to crash? Oh, okay, they've got the Relinquary's effect, so by banishing it, they stop one of their monsters being destroyed. And then they're going to direct attack. Oh, that was an expected defeat. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to review how this deck is working going into the future. Yeah, it's just annoying that I have got to try and build this deck. And the other thing I've got is, considering I really want to get the basics for Shark's deck, I don't think, given the time frame, I'm going to be able to effectively do that. At least not based on the limitations of the shop, which gives you like a 24-hour period. You know, here I've got several hours for a few of these. I'm not planning to get any of these. It was realistically these two that I'm looking at. Sort of the 7th one, I'm going to have a check of which ones I'm missing. I'm missing quite a lot of the chaos numbers or most of the other cards in there, but I have a lot of the base cards, I'd say, and I have generically what I need. I've got this card and I've got this one. I need this one, the chaos version, to be at least complete on that section that I want. As for the other one, I am a little bit annoyed about that as well. This probably more necessary than anything else, and I just don't want to pay for it, so I'm going to have to I'm just going to have to try and grind out some of the gems as I kind of work through it, and hopefully come across this pack again, or I'm going to have to try and craft some things to try and get some of the key components. I'm thinking out of all of these, the cards I really am looking for, well, I'm probably going to need this. I'm definitely going to need this card. You can tell. Yeah, I'm just going to need this card. I'm going to need a load of these in here, unfortunately. So, here's what it is. But we've got to just try. There's nothing else really here, so thank you if you got this far in the video. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it, as well as subscribe. It really helps support the channel. And if you could watch another video, I'd be forever grateful.